What is up, everybody? Welcome again to Boss Ass Whisks. I am your host, Liz, and I'm here with my co-host,
Sarah.
You sounded more enthusiastic last time we
Sarah.
rehearsed this, and you sounded so happy. You're like, the lights are off. You're like, Sarah. Sarah. And we're doing our women's entrepreneur podcast today with women entrepreneurs. Yeah. So we're going to start introducing everybody. We have Hooch MKE. Casey, hello. How are you? Welcome back. So we already recorded this technically, but my computer fumbled up. So this is our second time. So it's like, it's like girl chat now. And then we got Naya here at Naya Fine Pastries. Welcome back. And we have Jess with Rubbish Remade. Welcome back again. It's last time we had a blast. I'm glad it didn't record anyways, because we could remake those jokes again. Even though I don't know, we had some moments on there that should have been clipped. It was a missed opportunity.
Yes.
The memories will live on in our hearts forever.
Yeah, right.
So young back then.
We were so young.
Those were the days.
So young. No one had a birthday from then, right? Is that true? Or I have a summer birthday, so I'm not turning a year older until summer, sadly. Wow.
I had a birthday in February, so I am older.
Oh, see?
January.
Older and wiser.
Yeah, right. I'm like, okay. Yeah, 1 year today. Right? Happy birthday. Did you do anything fun?
It was a Sunday. I was like, what did I even do? I think I had a nice meal. It feels
There
like
you
it
go.
was February 12th. It feels like it was forever ago. It was barely a month ago, and I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah. That is the mind of entrepreneur.
Yeah. I turned 41. That's what I did.
Yeah, it was a lot. Oh, welcome to your 40s where you realize you have to take naps.
Oh my God. Yes. Ew.
I'm a hyper person. Like, I would never need a nap until I turned in my 40s, and I was like, I am tired in the middle of the day. Like, why am I so effing tired right now?
Yeah.
It's a wake-up call. Well, we wanted to bring you guys in here today to talk about women entrepreneurs, because we have who are you growling at? No. It's hard for us to, get seen on the internet, to deal with issues. What's your dog's name? They want to be a guest too. What? Oh, hello. Welcome. You want to talk? Are you also a woman entrepreneur? Yeah. Is that a girl dog or a boy dog?
It's a boy dog.
Of course, he's talking over us while we're trying to talk. Trying to mansplain as usual. Anyways. It's true though. I'm sure my dog will start being like, wah, 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 always talking over women. I can't. This is an example of how hard it is for us. We try to talk.
I'm currently texting my partner, like, please control your son.
Yeah. He is making havoc happen. Please make it stop. Please.
Your son,
well,
not my son. Your son.
It is true though. It is hard. Yeah, right. I have no one to back Chewy up. I just have it's a plastic squirt gun, and it's funny. I had my neighbors had one extra, and they were like, there's something about the color of the squirt gun, because it has no water in it, that bothers my dog. Maybe it'll work on your dog. And I use it without water, and Chewy freaks out. You would think that I'm actually going to like
spray
shoot him. He's like,
something?
I will. Yeah, he's like, I'll do anything you say. And I'm just like, what the hell? So every time someone comes over, they're like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it's my weapon of mass destruction.
Oh my
I had
God.
one of those when I bartended.
Right? You get a squirt gun, you're like, stop it.
Yeah.
Don't move.
It shot bottle caps. It was perfect.
Oh, nice.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
Oh,
So cute.
Yeah.
You're all
That's
getting one for
cool.
Easter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone needs one. Everyone does.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah, but I mean, it is hard for women. I mean, just in online alone to get seen, because already with entrepreneurship and everyone running small businesses, it's hard to be seen. It's hard to get seen. And when you're starting a business, how do you compete with all of the, marketing noise basically on these things? Also when it comes to like markets and getting spots and stuff like that, it's also hard to do. So we're gonna learn more about what you guys do, about your companies, your struggles, your not struggles. But I wanted to do a, loosey goosey question, a fun question to start us all off, So I'm
Icebreaker.
gonna ask an icebreaker, breaking the ice.
Nice.
And we'll start from just on this way. I did the opposite way. Yeah, sorry.
Yay.
We'll start just on. And we're gonna ask you, do you have a secret talent?
A secret talent.
Yeah.
Oh, like
That's not your business.
it's not my business. Not my business.
It's none of your business. Okay.
I think the first thing that like comes to mind is probably my capacity to be very patient. I don't know if it's super secret, but I am
that's
a very
talent.
patient.
It's a superpower.
person.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it is a
Yeah.
talent for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is because you
Um,
can stand in long lines and not want to murder anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I get like it does get pushed. Believe like if I'm hungry and
Yeah.
tired,
Girl,
then the patience is
same.
like it's gone. All my capacity for compassion and patience and being a calm person, I'm like,
That's
I
your
need a snack.
kryptonite. You're like, if I'm
I
hungry,
need a
you're
nap and
screwed.
a snack.
Yeah.
I become a child. I'm like a toddler. So
Yeah.
then I like,
Don't
I
mess
can
with my
like throw a
food
tantrum.
or my sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
right.
usually
Like,
like pretty mindful about it. Like I'm usually pretty like I usually bring snacks if I know like you might not have access to food for a little while, like while traveling. Like bring me snacks.
Right.
But yeah. And then I'm usually really good at getting enough sleep for the most part because I used to not sleep enough and it was awful.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm like, go to bed. You're done.
I feel that. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed at 10 p.m. today. And then it's like 12. I'm like, what just
Yeah.
happened? Why?
Uh-huh.
Why do I hate myself?
Adults need
Well,
bad
that's-
times.
Yeah,
Why am I
that's a
doing
good
this?
talent. That's a good talent to have when you're a business owner in general.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I in public I have good patience, but behind the scenes that all goes away.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all it's downhill from there. So Naya, what's your secret talent?
I would say when I'm listening, okay, I'm bilingual, but I work as an interpreter. So I'm really good at remembering things when I'm translating.
nice.
Like when I'm translating on my head.
Oh,
I'm really good at it.
yeah.
But in the moment you start talking to me and I get distracted, I'm a Dory. So that's what I do. But after that, you lost me.
I never thought about that like I don't know why, but yeah, because when you're translating, you have to remember the whole sentence and then
Yes.
translate that. I could never do. I would fuck that up if someone was just talking in English to me. Like, I'd be like, Liz, can you
Like,
grab
what'd I
that
just say?
bottle? I'd be like, wait,
Huh?
what? Can
What
I?
did you
Where?
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, that's me. That's totally me.
It's like, but I mean, it's a talent that you could at least like remember one sentence, translate it into another language, and then remember what you have to say. I'm like, yeah. I would be horrible at that. That would not be a talent
I
at
was
all.
first really scared when I started doing it, and then I was like, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then now it's like, oh, this is easy. But as soon as you try to talk to me, and if I see a squirrel or whatever, I'll be like, oh, yes.
Yeah. I do that all the time. I have like, I don't know what it is. I think it's my ADHD that makes me, I don't know. I feel weird talking to somebody and then like looking at their face. So I have a habit of like looking away. And then I always see people going, Like they're looking to the side, like, is someone?
I get a paranoid feeling that they think I'm being rude. Like, wow, you're being really aggressive with your eyes right now. Like, why are you staring at me? And it's like,
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like because of ADHD, I feel like I'm really looking into someone's soul when I'm like having a conversation because I'm like, look at them, look at them,
I know
look
all
at
your
them, look at them.
secrets.
Don't look away, don't look away, don't look away. Then I'm like, maybe this is weird. I'm gonna look away for a second and I'm gonna look over here. Oh fuck, now they think I'm talking to the floor. Wait, look at them, look at them. Like I don't know. I don't know what else to do. So I'm like screwed.
Oh my god.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot at my job too. My boss will look over like, "Is there someone? Is someone over there trying to get my attention?" I go, "No, I don't want to look at you passionately. I just don't know what else to tell you." You know,
Yeah.
It's great. It's like those people that have like the over aggressive handshake and but you have
Yes.
aggressive eye contact.
oh my god, I've had a few of those. They're like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Whoa."
Break your hand.
I think my
no.
hand was assaulted. Like that was too close and too tight. Like, ask my permission first. That was a lot.
I did not consent to that.
I did not consent to that squeeze. Thank you. Cassie, what is your secret talent?
I think that probably my secret talent is also like my kryptonite. Just being hyper focused. Like once I focus on something and I get hyper focused, it's great because I have the ability to like really get shit done. But at the same time, it makes me like obsess over the smallest detail, which can make things take longer. So yeah, it's a real blessing and a curse.
Yeah, I feel that. I tried to not be like that because mini donuts, if one's fucked up, then and then after a while you're just like, whatever, like who gives a shit? So they're gonna eat it, right? Like it's gonna go
It's fine.
2 seconds, it's gonna pop in someone's mouth. Like, why do they care?
Right. As long as it tastes good, right?
Right? Like as long
Exactly.
as it's not like tasting like shit, like I could care less what it looks like. It could be a
I think that's
monster,
fair. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start out with the
before.
yeah. I mean, I've had
I'm not
some
mad about it.
moldy food before, like, and I still ate it.
Yep. Take that part off. It's fine.
Right? I was like, everyone's been that
Okay.
broke kid. Like, you're living at home and you're like, fuck,
Mm.
I have nothing else to eat, but there's like a little bit of mold on that. And I'm like, if I
Just cut that piece off.
right?
And
It
if
would be
anything,
like
if I
pen
throw
and
up,
lid.
I'm like, oh, well, maybe I got skinnier from that. Yay.
Yay!
Let's support bad body images, you know?
Right. You can either
That's
lose
healthy.
weight from shitting and puking yourself, or you could get some free penicillin from just, eating some mold.
Yeah.
It's natural.
It's a win-win.
It's all natural.
We've all
So
had
we're gonna get
leftover
down to
food
the
that was not refrigerated.
I've eaten some gross ass pizza. I'm not gonna lie. I've eaten some pizza that's been cooked twice, and I don't know how I'm alive. I mean, I've eaten some gross fucking shit.
But it's better once it's sat on the stove overnight and then you eat it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Someone agrees with how I feel. And
Hey, that's the benefit of being vegan, because now when I do that, I don't shit
not
myself
bad
because
because
real
it's not
cheese is not sitting there,
Right.
just making God knows what into my body. I'm like, now I'm just like, oh, cool. Like, I'll just cold pizza, or I'll reheat it. Or
nothing slaps better than a cold slice of pizza.
Yeah. That's
Cold
the good
pizza, no
life.
matter what. Mhm.
Yeah, that's the good. That's
I
the
thought you
good
were saying
shit.
no. I'm like, girl.
Yeah. That's it.
Even
Get
like
off the podcast.
they're cold too. Sorry.
It's so good. It's good when it's greasy too, because this sounds disgusting. Because it's almost like it's still good because it's not dry, it's wet from all the grease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need cardboard.
Right.
Yeah, I used to eat when I was able to eat cheese, I would get the cheese puffs and I would leave the bag open so it would stale, because I loved the chewy stale cheese puffs.
Ooh, see, that's where we disagree. Those need
You
to
don't
be
want
fresh.
stale food? No. I like chewing on it like it was a a
Do
chip
you
gum.
drink
I don't
flat
know.
soda too? Are you one of those people?
Oh no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
thank
no. I don't. Ew, that's disgusting, Sarah.
That's an
That is
abomination.
so gross. Yeah, no, I actually don't really drink pop. I stick with water as much as I can, but if I do have pop or soda,
It has to be vegan from her.
yeah, right. I'm like,
Oh yeah, so you have to double check everything too.
I know, right? It hurts my head sometimes, so I just stick with the safe. I'm like lemonade, mango juice, like
Hey, mango juice is fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, clogged arteries run in my family. Maybe it's good that I don't drink pop. Like I could just stay away
Everyone
from
can
it.
agree that pop's not good for you.
Yeah, I know. Pop or soda. I keep having to adjust myself because even though I'm in Illinois, everyone has been correcting me when I say pop. They're like, "You mean soda?"
What
I'm
about
like,
soda
"Aren't we
pop? How
up
about
north?"
that?
Yeah, I'm like soda
Bam.
pop. This is like the 50s. You know, the soda pop, kids. Like, what the fuck? Well, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Are you ready for some serious questions? Look at all I hear is the sigh. Yes, maybe. So our first
Sure.
question. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I thought we were
Fine.
just gonna be in here
Like I
hanging
have
out for an
to.
hour. It's fine. It's fine. Me and Sarah will not be answering these this time. So it's all up to you three. No pressure. No pressure at
But
all.
all the pressure.
But all the pressure. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what was something you learned? Actually, you know what? Maybe me and Sarah will answer these too. Just
You're assuming I learned anything? I'm just kidding.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
always learning.
If you have something
Right.
to add, you know, like what was something you learned from a past job that helps you now while running your own business? So we're gonna start off with Jess.
I guess I would a past job, like a past career. I did design
Yeah.
work for 13 years, so that having my
Nice.
design skills is nice. Because like when I do actually bother to do marketing or something, or bother to make a poster for a thing, I can do that myself, and I feel very
That's
happy
good.
about it.
I'm-
So it's a very
That's
transferable
beneficial.
skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And,
that's
like I
very
designed my logo like years ago, and it's great. I have not changed it. I'm like, I love my logo. I did a really good job on it like over a decade
Right?
ago. It's fine.
Then you can be as picky as you want because it's your product. So
yeah.
it's like, I don't like that. Let me
Exactly.
change it. Versus like, oh, I don't want to be mean and tell them like, can you change this one small thing? Because
Oh
you're not
no.
going to get
Yeah.
offended when it's yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
To any graphic designer, if you hire one, I'm going to give some people advice. Make sure
Thank
you
you.
know what you want because
Uh-huh.
so a graphic designer designs something for you and then you're like, you know what?
I said I wanted pink.
I know that I
What
said I
shade?
really wanted this, but now I want this. And then you send them something again and again and again. At some point in between that, they're plotting your death.
Yeah.
Don't give them your home address. You're going to
Yes.
die. Like it is the worst thing to say, but being in graphic art, like arts, I mean, to any small business owner, I would suggest taking even a mini class because you save so much money. Like,
I should do that, honestly.
does anyone pay people to do your graphics or do you guys all do your graphics?
I do all
No.
my
I
own
use
shit.
my graphics.
to do it, so I do it myself.
I sweet talk Liz.
Yeah, true. I get nothing, but you know, she's like,
Happy
"You're
wife, happy life.
excellent."
Just kidding.
Yeah. Just like, I guess I'll do it. If I'm going to be in a business with you, I can't have you have a shitty icon. Hold on.
You better make
Make
it
it
so you
better.
can get the money.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
going
be
to make a
emotionally
stick
supportive, I
figure and just be like, I don't know who this other bitch is, but I guess you could buy from her. Cakes and pies, whatever. I don't know. So what is something you've learned from a past career or job, Naya, that helps you run your business now?
Deal with hard customers.
Ooh. So yeah, that is a talent. That is a very
Mhm.
so what would your advice be then for somebody who has a hard customer? Like, do you have an example?
Oh yeah, story time.
I would just think about a smile and wave, just like a little princess in a contest. A smile and wave.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes people just want to be listened, and just smile, listen to them, and say, "Yeah, we are so wrong. Shame on us." And then smile and work little by little.
That's true though. I mean, like
Kill with
anyone who works
kindness.
works in hospitality, anyone who has a complaint, it's usually because they want to hear their own voice. You know what I mean? They want to be heard. They
Yes,
have problems at home, and you're the person that they're going to just shit all over.
Unload on.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, but there's always nicer ways of saying stuff, but killing them with kindness is great advice because I mean, I'm sure everyone has had a moment where a customer got a little out of hand or whatever, and you had to take care of business, but business, and not be on like the 5 o'clock news with like this fucking lady beat the shit out of like this customer that complained. Because let me tell you, I've had some weird ass situations where that was almost the case.
Like I'm shooting
And
daggers with my eyes.
I didn't learn it in this job. I learned it like in the fairs and all that. I learned that text your owners to come and save you. Sometimes it helps too.
Yeah, that is true. You do need some saving. I feel like I've saved one person at a market. They texted me like, "Hey, I need some
SOS.
Come on, release me.
Yeah.
Pretend you're gonna buy something and then it's gonna be okay.
Yes, sometimes they don't come to
walk
save
away.
you.
It's like I listened to you for 20 minutes and you didn't even buy anything.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Mother fluffer.
Literally, did everyone hear that response from everybody? It was like, oh my god, it's like rage. I mean, you could ask questions, but like if you could ask questions about the products, but if you're sitting there for 30 minutes and you're acting, I don't know, passionate about it, or I mean, if you're being a dick, don't ask 30 minutes about like, what is this and what's that? Blah, blah, blah.
While we're
Like,
losing out on other customers walking by.
Yeah.
Like if you know you're not going to buy something, you see other people looking at the stuff, like let your vendor take a minute, like shut the hell up for the second or leave, and let us get the
Kelly
money
Clarkson,
customers.
just walk away.
Yeah.
Please back away.
Leave.
Right? Like it's a international rule. It's just polite. Like, and no one wants to hear your public complaint. That's why we all have emails and websites, complain there. Like, I'd rather you write me a bad review so I could, because I'm an expert at corporate slapback. And I love when people write. Yeah, I was like emails, text messaging, like people who say like that are just total assholes. I'm like, hold on a minute, let me crack my knuckles.
Oh, I would pay money to watch that for an hour. It's live.
I have one on my Kickstarter for one of my board games. Some guy told me, I'll never give your game even a penny because I can't read your cards, like the coloring. And I replied with, oh my God, well, that's why we're having a Kickstarter. And thank you so much for your advice. A matter of fact, I took your advice and I changed the coloring on the cards. And here's the new design. Thank you so much. And then he didn't even respond. It's like, oh, I gave you what you wanted, right? Can I get my penny now? Like,
you gave him your 2 cents.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh God, Sarah, I can't.
But
you make me regret inviting you onto this podcast every time. Sarah's punny. Can we just have those on our Patreon? Sarah's puns for the week. We're gonna get that going. So if you want to join our Patreon page, you can hear Sarah's punny jokes only once a week though. One time
limits on the
we have limits. Yeah. To our next
death threats, be like, if anyone were fun.
Please do, actually. That'd be hilarious. Send death threats and then we'll post it on our next podcast live stream.
Our hall
We'll put-
of shame.
Our hall of Sarah's death threats for all her
No,
puns.
it's Sarah's bad eggs.
Oh my God.
And then we have a hall for our sweet buns.
Stop
Hey.
it.
Nice.
Hey, that's our OnlyFans page, okay?
Oh, damn, you're right. I'll think of
Yes.
another one that's more
Our sweet
appropriate for all
buns.
ages.
Sweet
But then
buns.
we'll just bake buns. That's it. We'll just have literal
Can't use
buns.
the
Like,
same
oh,
words.
Look at these.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
yeah, they're so luscious and tan. They're cushy.
Nice and
All
soft,
natural.
Yeah, look at my
warm.
lucky
I grew them
buns.
myself.
By the way, okay, so you could take any of these ideas for your breads. Just any bun
No, I'm like
jokes.
making a mental.
We give
note of
permission.
Yeah,
this.
like take note, use that as advertisement. You could take them all. So, what was something you learned from a past position that helps you?
Yeah, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. That's
Ah,
because because
Burr.
this is like so all encompassing. Like if I'm not baking, I'm shopping, I'm prepping,
Mhm.
I'm buying like the supplies, the boxes, and doing inventory, and now I'm stamping bags with my logo. And there's just literally
Never
there's
done.
always something to do. So
Yeah.
it's that nice little reminder, like, oh, I'm sitting down. I should probably go do
Yeah.
something else.
That
And
I mean,
that's how
that
you
is
hurt your
good.
back, young lady.
Yeah,
Probably.
like, well, I mean, no, I mean, I hurt my back all the time, but I mean, that is
You're like,
excellent
my legs
advice.
still work. We get
Yeah, I live off of that totally, even though some things I don't, obviously, because I said I grabbed my shit out of my pastry area and I had dye go all over my hand, and I was like, I'll do that later. Like, my thing is like
Not
the
today.
marketing. Yeah, like I'm not doing that today. But like when it comes to like promotions, and if I notice like I didn't like post for that day, anything like reposting, reminding people you're alive.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot like of prep, especially for like people who do like food or I mean anything actually, because like even if you're making your own labels for your shit, like you got to do the labels, and if you get that
Yeah.
done, it makes your day of business easier because you have it. You're already ahead of the game. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so you got to
It's
get
a
it. You
lot.
got to get.
No,
your
it's a
shit
long
done.
laundry list. It's like, oh, I got to
Never
remember to take
ending.
pictures of me doing this
Yeah.
and that. But then I also have to make sure my station isn't too messy because I don't want to post a messy picture and then people think I'm a sloppy bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Can that be
Yes.
advice? Anyone who makes food, do not post a photo of your dirty ass house and table.
So
And
we're
Unless you're
gonna
gonna
then-
say, don't be a
nasty.
sloppy bitch.
Yeah, don't be a sloppy bitch.
Don't be a sloppy whiz.
I mean, basically, there was actually two people when I first started, and then actually I used to make product photos for e-com companies when I worked. So I guess you could say that I brought that to my position
Yeah.
now. Photos, making sure that I'm looking at the whole area around my photo. So I was taking a photo of one of my donuts and I noticed like Chewy was taking a shit right on the patio as I was taking the photo. And I was like, oh, this is such a good photo. And I went back and I took everything down, assuming it was good. Like, double check your shit too. And I looked and I was like, son of a bitch. And I looked at him like, seriously? You had a whole patio to shit on. You shit right where the window.
You know
I'm
what?
like-
I would totally use it as an advantage. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God,
You
right?
see a dog pooping in your food.
I could have made dog
Is that a
shit
good omen, you
donuts and
think?
do it. Yeah, no. Yeah. If your dog shits on your donuts, it means you're gonna sell out today. Like,
Yeah.
no.
It's a sign.
Sign you should make fudge donuts. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's a lucky almond. But yeah,
Lucky shit.
so now I always look in the background. It's funny though, because I share a kitchen with non-vegans, my parents. And I have to make sure that the background doesn't have all of their shit. So like I'll
Like
even
all the
move
gear
if my
strung up, you know, and
yeah, well, my dad will have like his creamer in the background. Like, take this shit out, take this shit out. Like I clean up their kitchen for them before I take a photo.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, when I first started, I was even like kind of lazy with it and I didn't notice it until I started taking photos. And I'm like, there's so much shit. I can't concentrate on the actual photo of the food because there's just so much going on in the background. But even like that, descriptions of food, just having an e-com site. I mean, even if you're not going to sell online, I strongly suggest making a website if you have any kind of business so you can grow from it. And also everyone, it's 2024. I had to double check. I was like 2025. It's 2024 and everyone uses the internet for everything. So they're never going to know you exist unless you have at least a landing page. Like that's just the basics of what you need. Do you have any Sarah, do you have anything you've learned?
Yes. I will say I feel like it's so generic, but it's also 100% true is if you don't care, no one else is going to care. So that goes into play with everything. So from the beginning, like, okay, if I'm not showing that I'm passionate about this, I'm not going to get a lot of people coming in. Because I've noticed that when like I did this market a year ago and I was told it was going to be like 500 to 700 people. So I baked 350 individually packaged products. I did cupcakes, brownies, breads, and then I had to have 100 people's worth of free samples. So I made a big batch of focaccia. There was maybe 80 people. And I was livid because TMI maybe, but I took out a small loan actually to fund that market because I was like, no, this is the point. Like, I need to invest in myself. So I took out like a very bad, like a quick cash loan or whatever, those very high interest rates.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I just need like a couple $100 just to, do this. Like, it'll be fine. And total dead. I had so much leftover product. The final hour, I had to sell everything for $1 and I still didn't sell out. But I think people could just see, like, I was pissed.
The sheer panic.
Luckily, I had 2 people working with me at that market. So, like, I literally had myself a pity party and I took my ass to the bathroom and, like, I just cried. And I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Like, that was a really bad move. But it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Because maybe it would have been a little bit better if I hadn't because when you give out bad energy, you affect other people's moods. And if you're not passionate about it, it's going to be shown. Whereas if I see you're super energetic and happy about it, it's like, yeah, I'll give this a try. But if you're just like, buy my shit.
Buy it now.
Yeah, and it's the same when you get older in your business and you have employees. If your employees see that you don't give a shit, why would they?
Then they don't give a shit.
Right. Because I've worked with those people where it's like, oh my God, why am I so passionate if like you just don't care? So then it's like, well, then I don't care. And that's a horrible toxic energy.
I feel like any like market you do, they're always going to over advertise it. They're always going to say, hey, we're going to have like 1 million people come into our market. And then you get there and you're like, oh shit, there's like no one here. Like, what are you talking about?
I even had the cojones to be like, oh, I thought you said it was going to be this turnout. Because I talked to the director or whatever, the girl who was running it, she came by my booth and I'm like, oh no. So how many tickets did you actually sell? Like, I wasn't bitchy with how I said it. If I was, I apologize, but I really don't think so. Maybe I was passive aggressive. That's
you were like, no, bitch. I mean,
but I think how she said it and how she heard it were going to be 2 different things regardless. You know what I mean? It's like when you walk into someplace that's dead and you're like, wow, it's really dead in here, and the bartender or whatever is like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, yeah, right? I know it's dead.
I have eyes too.
Right? Oh God. Yeah, I used to bartend and I bartended the dead shift. It was the morning shift. But I always made the best of it. Like, I made my own parties. We did our own brunch. My boss never known any of this, but like,
well, now they do.
Like, yeah, like they're dead. It's fine. My boss will now never know. I also crashed his car, and he'll never find out.
Watch, like, he's gonna come after your ass.
He's gonna haunt me now. I tell everybody, I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna, he was a dick, but I mean, he didn't obviously deserve what he got, but you know, he'll never know. But he would just sit there and I would have parties and we would have like shot contests and people would make their own shots like outside the bar. Like we made the best of it. I think I grabbed one of my regulars to DJ. Like
nice. Why not? Have fun.
Right?
That's a reality show right there.
And we made
The
money.
Secret Life of Liz.
Oh God, no one needs to see that at all. That's next on Netflix.
See it on our Patreon.
Yeah, this is Her Life of Liz. I'll just start filming. I just have a mental breakdown. Like, I'm just so tired, please.
There's a market for it. Everyone has some weird freaking kink.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love watching entrepreneurs have mental breakdowns. That's the new kink. So our next question, on that note, I love the transition there. Speaking of kink, what is the best thing and the biggest difficulty? I did not make this sentence make any sense. What is the best thing and worst thing about being a woman entrepreneur?
Oh, I would say the best thing is like this kind of like feeling of solidarity. Like you meet other women that are doing the thing, and y'all are bakers and I am not, but you're still like, come on my podcast. I'm like, oh, thank you, it's so nice. Welcome. So like that's like warm fuzzies. That feels really good. And then I think the worst thing is, you know, sometimes people don't maybe like realize how serious you are or like completely understand. Like I've had, you know, people like even like family or like just people I know, and they come to the studio and they're all like, oh, wow, oh, is this like a thing for you? And I'm like, yes. Actually,
raise your hand if you have that issue with your family. No one else? Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they are supportive in the way that they can be, I think, but I don't think they fully like. They're just like, okay, yeah, whatever you do, you Jess. Just like enjoy your weird life, and I'm like, I will.
I feel like that everyone experiences that for sure. Like, yeah, because I know several entrepreneurs that are like, yeah, my family has no idea what I do. Like, they know what I do, but they don't know what I do. Like they don't have a full understanding that it's like a legit business. They think it's like a hobby.
Your hobby.
Like, no. Oh, is it your crafting corner? How nice. Oh, it's so great.
Support where like they'll like this stuff or like do the comment, but they don't actually like come to a market or anything like that.
Are you an influencer?
Yeah, friends are like that too, for sure.
Yeah. I did a market in Chicago, and I am from Chicago. I had no one show up. None of my friends, no one showed up. And I'm just like, this will be my last market in Chicago.
No!
Yeah, like I'm not.
Like think back to childhood,
fine.
like if you were in a sport and your parents don't show up, like, oh, I remember when I would cheer and my mom wouldn't show up to the games, and you know, it's fine.
I mean, that was like my history as a kid.
You're like, you just told my life.
I'm a 90s kid, though. We're turnkey kids. So, like, our parents had to work, and we all had to, like, just go home, cook,
survive by yourself.
Yeah, do our own
For
shit.
real.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
if you were in a sport, like, you didn't really give a shit if your parents were there because you know they had to work. So you just kind of, like, did your sport and then rode your bike home and then, like, did your own thing.
To my parents' credit, they were very good about sports. They were always very supportive, and they showed up, and despite both of them working full-time jobs and a lot, like they worked a ton. But like that was like
crazy.
Shout out to good parents.
For my mom.
Woo-woo.
Yeah, my mom was always really good about that. So yeah.
I was happy mine didn't come because they were very very opinionated about how I played sports. So it's
like, I don't actually know.
Yeah, I was like, I would just be having fun, and they would be like, "You missed that ball.
Try harder.
You were laughing. What are you doing laughing?" And I'm just like,
that's the point.
I was like, I don't give a shit. Like,
This is gonna ruin your scholarship chances. God.
right? Oh my
I'm
God.
not that naturally athletic. It's fine.
Right? I'm like, this is okay. Well, I got a scholarship, but I gave up so I could be an artist. So I'm just
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna make you proud. Never mind. I'm gonna be an artist.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do something that doesn't make me any money. This is gonna be a blast. They're like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm glad they never came. I'm very happy for that. I enjoyed it when they weren't there. So so Naya, what is your best and worst thing about being a woman entrepreneur?
When I first started, I was really, really scared of like all the judgment in my head. Everyone was gonna judge me, and everyone was like, "What are you doing? Like, what's going on?" Like, I still remember like my first market, and I'd be like, "What is gonna be? No, we won't be there." And then everybody's gonna judge me, and what about I fucked up? Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's gonna say, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, you start your thing, and then you're done. Like, you're not good at it."
Yeah.
And
Girl, you're a
then
rock star.
And then I realized such amazing like networking like woman entrepreneurs. I
Yeah.
met so many amazing women, like for reals. Like
That
and
is
most
like
of
the
them,
benefit.
yes. And everybody's like, no, just do this. Like, you should do this. And then no, we're gonna do this. Don't worry about it. Like everybody's gonna be here and there, and they support each other, and they know all the loots, and they will teach
Mhm.
you, and they'll be like, oh, okay, yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
No gatekeeping. Everyone's so
Literally.
sharing, I feel like.
Yes, everybody's
Yeah.
sharing, and everybody's so caring,
Supportive.
and everybody's so supporting,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now I can be part of that person, so I can always help others, and I know how it feels, you know.
Right? It is very like it's an awesome community. Cause I mean, we all know the struggles. So we're like, fuck this. What are you gonna benefit from shunning somebody? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're gonna benefit
Right.
nothing. And what does that have to do with your job? You know what I mean? Like you might as well
Makes
Exactly.
help
them feel
somebody.
better
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they
And
have
we
such a
all
miserable
know
life. I
that
don't know.
that cherry poppin' market, the one market that pops your entrepreneur cherry, and you're just like, you go in, like I've mentioned this several times. And I still panic when people eat my donuts in front of me. And I'm just like I feel like someone's gonna eat it and then spit it out and go, this is shit. What is this? Like, oh my God, it's a fucking nightmare. But everyone has that. It's the market. Your first market is the market that's going to show you, is this going to work? Do you have a lot more work to do, which is exhausting because as an entrepreneur, you work hard for your brand, your design, what you're going to sell, all your licensing, and to go to a market and having like no one come to your stuff or try your stuff out,
It hurts.
and you know what I mean? It's yeah, it brings it down a peg and you're like shit. But I mean, it doesn't affect you as much as when you have a community like we have. Hi, kitty. I got distracted by the animal. I was
Sorry.
like, you
Top cat.
kitty. Yeah. But like, so then that way, if you get the help, you're like, okay, like I had a bad market or something wasn't working with my clientele. And now I have all these people that are encouraging me and telling me it's fine. And they're going to help me with the things that I need help with. Cause I mean, there was a lot that I definitely needed help with. Cause my first like tent area was a hot ass mess when I first started. And then I got like advice from other vendors on like what to buy, what kind of shit that's not going to fly all over the place. Like my price tags were everywhere.
Don't get this one. Don't
Yeah,
like this one. It's terrible. Just don't
it
put your money in there.
I had the paper ones and they were like all over the place. I go, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, oh, well, there goes the price tags. So no one knows what anything costs. And then I realized like not pricing all my board games. I'm like, I don't have time to answer and look up every price on my phone. I'm like, hold on a minute. That's $10. That's
I totally get it.
And it's also
Or walk out to
discouraging when
see
you
the sign, be like, "Oh, so that one."
yeah.
And then
It's
it's like,
also
"Oh, okay,
discouraging when someone like sees the actual price and then you tell them and they're like, oh God, I'd
Never
rather them
mind.
not
you
do that.
vulture."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather them do it off to the side when they see the box and they're like, oh, and then they put it back.
Right.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
that.
don't do that
And
in
then
front of
so
me.
yeah,
Like,
then
I'm
someone
sorry, I
can
want to
like,
make
ew.
a profit off of this. God.
Yeah, like it takes
You
me time and effort and energy
I'm
to
so
do these
selfish.
things.
I don't want to
Like,
do this all for free.
we don't have
Yeah.
machines
We'll take
doing
hugs and
anything that we
smiles.
sell. Like we don't have these
No.
lovely machines or robots. Like we are hand making these items.
Mhm.
So
And the
they're
work's
gonna
not done when the
yeah.
market's done. Like, it's never
Yeah.
ending.
And I still
Never.
don't pay myself hourly. Like
Right.
yeah, it's like you're still not getting
This is why
paid.
we
So
have
this is
second
free.
jobs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, I didn't make any money this month. Well, good thing I got this job. Like,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it is a struggle. Lack of sleep. So feed your fellow vendor a coffee or buy them a coffee and give it to them if you see somebody or buy
Like
my
a little
coffee.
energy.
Yeah, give them a
Good
coffee
plug.
bean to just chew on or like I don't
Some
know.
people do that.
Yeah.
It's
I
fucking
do that.
weird.
Yeah, chocolate covered coffee
Chocolate-covered, yes.
beans. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should try that 'cause I think I would
Amazing.
like that.
Wait,
Mhm.
you never had that? That
No.
it's a thing. I
Really?
mean,
I've
It's a
seen
thing.
yeah.
people chew like a legit coffee bean. Like, yeah, I just had that quick. I'm like,
Oh. No.
what is
Yeah.
wrong with
No,
you?
no,
Did you
it's
not get
good.
enough
The
hugs?
chocolate
so
covered
good.
ones are addictive though.
Keep that good enough.
Like,
Yeah.
I will eat so many and then it's like my stomach's just like, oh my God, why did I do that?
Your stomach
That's
and
me
your
with
heart. Your
pizza.
heart's like, I think I'm gonna stop soon. Hold on.
She's
Like,
gonna blow.
right? Like,
Literally.
you had
Too much
1,000
coffee.
milligrams of caffeine. Let's see how this works. My blood's
Like, are you on
pumping.
crack?
Wrong.
Put it
No, I'm
together.
Yeah.
on coffee.
So at least we know when you're eating those. We'll double check if you're having a stroke. We'll see if
Yeah,
like
check
one
it out.
side is starting to go.
Yeah.
We'll be like, it's the coffee
Eye
bean.
starts
Stop.
twitching.
Yeah. It's like, I'll be
Like,
fine,
honey.
guys. I think coffee makes me more nervous when I'm at like markets and stuff. I never drink coffee because I'm already a hyper person. And then you feed me coffee and then like the filter comes off my brain and then it's
Same.
like these people are never coming back to my booth because I'm just like
You get
telling them
very
the
juicy with
craziest
your lingo.
stories. Right? It's like they're telling them like
My life
TMI
story.
stories.
Well,
I'm
then
like,
you
what
don't
the
realize
fuck did
until
I
after
do?
you've done it. It's like, was that
Yeah.
appropriate to
No.
say? Did that creep them
Yeah.
out?
Then I'll
So
just
they're
be
just like, I would have
yeah.
been fine with it.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
sweat
but not
coffee at
everyone's
this point.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
You're
I'm gonna
like,
like move on to coffee colored Adderall at this point. It's like,
Yeah.
coffee just doesn't do anything. It's not time for me anymore.
you're like, please, somebody send me an 8-ball, something that'll work. Like put it in the coffee. You're gonna have to get a lot though, and if you're spending enough money on an 8-ball, you can spend enough money to pay for something at one of our
You're damn
stands.
straight.
Right.
Because it's
Support your
expensive.
habit and support
Yeah,
me.
and it's
Thank you.
safer. We're saving lives. Okay,
Right.
you take that money and you buy some products. Okay.
Get a sugar high.
Yeah.
on
No. Well,
life.
then you sugar. Yeah.
High on
on
life.
life.
We love it.
High on life.
All right. So our next question is, why did you start working for yourself, and how did you figure out what you were going to sell, like what your company was going to be about?
Okay. Yeah. Why? I was miserable in a graphic design job
Yeah.
for 13 years. I did not like it. It was a bad setting for me. I was very unhappy there. And I was always distracted at work. And I would because I like to make stuff. And I wanted to be like, I want to make this for my house. I want to make this for my friend. I want to try this craft. Like, I want to do all of these things seem way more interesting and fun instead of sitting here like clicking and hoping that like my bosses like this new design that I made, but they're not. And I'm going to have to change like 5,000 times.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And yeah, I was like, I need to listen and hear, even if it feels crazy, even if like when I say it out loud, I'm like, you're nuts.
Listen to your heart.
You can do this. Like, I'm like, but I want to be nuts. Like, I want to like,
it's more fun.
I want to live my weird life and like do what I want. And I know that will come at a cost, but it's fine. And how did I decide? I had made some things for myself, like my my water bottle, like koozie things made out of plastic bags, like once I started crocheting. And so I would have them with me as my own personal things, and people were like, oh, what is that made out of? And like, it's like it was like, I would start conversations with people with like little things that I had just made for myself. And I was like, well, people seem interested in this. I don't know. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just start there and kind of make what I want. And to be honest, like when I first started being a collective and like selling other people's things, kind of like the scope got really, really way too wide. Now I'm kind of like, all right, we need to narrow focus again and reset this. I'm so sick of markets, and that's fine. So, and I just like over time, like kind of learned. I was like, these things are selling. And now that I'm not doing markets as much, like the mending thing started happening because again, I mend my own things. Like there's a little mend spot here. And there's just starting conversations where I'd see somebody's thing and I'd be like, I could fix that for you. Like, this is clearly falling apart. Would you like to continue to wear this item? I would love to fix that for you. And so just like talking to people and talking about like things that I do and like getting that positive feedback of like, oh yes, people will pay you money to do this. I'm like, oh yes, cool. Well, then I'm just going to keep leaning into that. And just like, honestly, I feel like it's just like having those conversations with people that like are going to like that have paid for things already that you've done. Like if you've been at it for a while, you're like, okay, like you're a paying customer. So like your opinion does count to me because you have given me money before.
Yeah, right. And they tell you want your money. So
yes. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like you will pay me for things. Cool. And then I'll show you like these ideas, things that I'm experimenting with. And if you think that's cool, awesome, then I will like I will consider producing that as well. And maybe doing more commissions for myself. Because I'm the less market thing, but I guess that's my answer.
I thought that was a beautiful answer.
Right? That was a good answer. How did you come up with the name Rubbish Remade?
That was like brainstorming. Like I sat down and I love alliteration. And that was like early on in like my design career. Cause like I said earlier, like I made that logo like 12, 13 years ago now. I don't even remember. It's old. Like it was like I was kind of fresh out of college at this point. Like maybe a year or two out. And I was like, I wanted it to be like my side Etsy business thing. And so I tried it for a minute, like, I don't know, 2006 or 7, probably 7, I think is when I first like put something on Etsy. And then I realized, like, I don't have time to, like, mail things and package things up and actually get paid correctly. Because I was, like, making my own mailer envelopes out of old, like, magazine pages and, like, sewing envelopes. And everything was upcycled. Like,
burning the candle at both ends.
Yes. And I was like, I can't do this. I still have a job, like, a full-time job. And it was just, like, this is crazy. But, yeah, I just did a brain dump storm of, like, just writing shit down. And then I was like, I like Rubbish Remade. Like that's cool. Like I like it. I like it's good alliteration, and I just like played around with it. And I think I probably asked some people too, and people were like, "Oh yeah, I like that." And I mean,
rubbish is a fun word.
Like,
rubbish,
a little
right?
Me, like a little like I'm like, and I like that. I like an English accent, so I was like, Rubbish Remade. Like I can pretend I'm from Wisconsin, whatever.
Yeah, do it,
rubbish,
do it, girl.
Oh my god,
exactly.
My nephew has a habit now. I don't know where he got this from. He goes, I could do an English accent. And I go, okay, give it to me. And he's like, what-uh? And that's all he says. He's like, what-uh? And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. I tell my friends all the time that are from the UK. I was like, my nephew said he could speak with an English accent. And all he just walks around going, what-uh? Give me a what-uh? Like, what the hell? I was like, what cartoon did you watch that made that like come out of your mouth? Now he's gonna be like, rubbish. Rubish. Water. I need a water bottle. Oh my God.
Can I just say though, it is a really great logo.
Right?
Oh,
I love it. I
We're
love the
fans.
name and everything. It's very like,
That's why I haven't touched it.
yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I spent a lot of time like developing it and playing around. And then once I got it, I was like, yes,
Yes,
you are
this is
timeless. Done.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Naya,
Thank
what's
you.
your adventure? How did you like, why did you start working for yourself and how did you make the magic happen with your pastries?
I realized I stress think.
No.
And,
Okay. You gotta make money for it then.
and then I used to take it to my work too all the time. And then people start, and then for birthdays and all those kind of things, I used to bake for like, instead of give you a real present, I will take you the cake because
Oh,
in my
nice.
opinion was made it
That's
with
best of
love. And
all.
yes, that was my opinion. It's like when I bake a cake, made it with love and
Yeah.
all those kind of things. And that was my first name for my business. It was like the nickname my grandma put me when I was little
Yeah.
was love. That was the first name, and it was so long. Nobody can say it because it's in Spanish. And I was like, it's so long. Nobody can remember me. I would have panic attack
No.
until my boyfriend and my boyfriend best friends would start like doing like throwing names
Oh,
until
nice.
yes, until like Naya came out
Yeah.
Naya because Naya is the four letters from the state I'm from
Right.
in Mexico. So and I really like the name, so everybody call me Naya now. So I'm Naya
Yeah.
because my
A
name
woman
is
of many
hard.
names.
Yes.
Amazing.
and and it will represent like the background and it's close to my grandma because she teaches me how
Yeah.
to bake. So there is the background and that's why. And so I was like, wait a minute, I need to start making money of this because someone asked
Right?
me for a cake for a sweet 16 and I was like,
Oh,
never
wow.
made a sweet 16 cake, but I can make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I made it and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this came out good.
If you can
And
dream
then
it, you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
yes.
You're lucky because you were already making that amount of pastries. Like you didn't have to go, you know what? I'm just gonna make cakes. And then you have to make like 20
550 cake
cakes.
pans
Yeah.
and
Like you were
Yeah.
already doing it and saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make money from this. This is how I'm gonna go. And it's nice that you had people like helping you figure out like what should you be called? What's your name? Like
Oh yes, thank you to them. I love them.
yeah, because it's hard. It's
Yes.
the attack from Mars spaceship, the UFO has changed 4 times until I got to this one. And let me tell you, the first one looked like a 3-year-old designed it. I'm not quite sure what I had in mind, but it was definitely not that. And like every time I see it, I'm like, oh God, I need to take that off. Like, Jesus, what? I mean, sometimes it takes a while.
If
Like,
you really go back all the way to my Instagram, all the way to the end, you can still see
yeah,
my
then you get
business
the
cards. Yeah, you can see like because I would take a picture of my card and I would put a business
Yeah.
card right there. It's like because I didn't know how to make logos, so I was trying to figure out things. So
I
you can
love
see
when
my
people
business
do
card.
that. I think that that's excellent. Like when people have Instagrams and you can see how they started, and
Mhm.
then throughout the whole Instagram, you can see how they grew, how
The
their
glow
her
up.
brand grew, like how like I don't like when people start like a business and then they delete the old photos. Like you
Yeah.
should for sure save it because people want to see your adventure and your changes and how your company is becoming
Yeah.
what it's gonna become.
Because it's
Like
your
that's
baby.
People love a story.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Take
yeah.
a
love a
picture of your kid
backstory.
every year, like year 1, I'm this weight and da-da-da. So it's like year 1 of the pink apron, year 2,
Yeah.
year 3 of the pretty pink apron. It's like, watch me grow.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
like
for your goth phase.
yeah, that's what she has me for. She's like, just Liz will deal with that. she's gonna be like pretty pink apron and shit, and just like be all black,
I love it.
Don't
Just
do
do
it
it.
like
I'm
that.
down.
right? Like, oh no, I started a whole new monster now. Pretty pink apron and your soul, like free souls with every
I will
pastry.
eat your heart. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean it works. It works. But I mean, like, I love seeing people's even like their logos change into something, rebranding, seeing how it goes. I honestly think it looks bad if someone doesn't see something growing and changing
Mhm.
like within your
Like
company.
they're
It could
ashamed
be,
of their own business,
yeah,
and their product. It's
Yeah.
like, no, like look how far I've come.
yeah.
Like, oh, like
Mhm.
photos for
And it
one.
shows that you're learning, like you're learning and
Yeah.
growing. Because I firmly believe in anything that I've ever created and I've ever done has never fully came from me. It's always come from people telling me what's wrong with me. No, people's opinions on like anything, and then I take it and then I change it, because you got to think you're making these items and you're creating this business for other people. Like, yeah, for yourself, but the other people
Yeah.
also need to be attracted to that to make
Like,
the money.
don't lose yourself in it, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like you need to find a happy medium where like, oh, this appeals to other people while still like showing like my little
Yep.
spunk, my spark.
Yeah.
Your
Yes.
your little spunk, you little spunky.
I'm spunky. Spunky Brewster over here.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Your roller derby
I
name.
didn't. Yeah, now you gotta
Yes.
change
I
your
would
name.
totally do it.
Sarah Spunky Brewster. Oh my God, that's gonna be your
I'd
new
kill it. I love
podcast
that
name.
movie with it. I
Loser.
probably watched it 500 times when it came out.
I did. I was in Girl Scouts for 2 weeks. I got kicked out because I was a sleepwalker.
Oh my
So-
god!
Oh.
Yeah, so
So
I-
every girl's like screaming and traumatized to
I-
this day.
I did. I slept walk and I knocked down the tents. So they were like, dude, we can't
Is there a
have this.
bear? Oh no, it's Liz.
They're like, take this bitch out. Like,
It's a
she is
6-year-old.
destroying her camping. To be fair, we hardly camped. We would watch Troop Beverly Hills. It's an old movie.
I
But-
remember.
Oh,
I
it's
got
so
you.
good. That was our thing. That was like our thing. We were like, we are Troop Beverly Hills because we never camp. And we had this big camping day with all the troops. It rained, and my troop leader was like, yeah, we're gonna go to a hotel. And
That's my type of
if it's-
camping.
yeah. I was like, this is
Glamping.
excellent. Yeah, and that's why, and anyone wants me to go camping, I'm like, I need a glamp. I need a toilet. I
I'm not
need a
sleeping on the freaking
shower.
ground. My back can't
Yeah.
handle that.
I don't want bugs near me or my orifices. It's a
Raccoons stuck in your tent.
unlogical fear that I have that a spider is going to crawl in a hole that I don't want it to crawl into. Like, I don't want any bugs inside me. Like, no, thank you.
Fair.
So yeah, I need a glamp. I'm glamping, and that's why. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun. Poor Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts is a great creator of entrepreneurs, by the way. I think
Yes.
I love Girl Scouts because they teach you how to sell cookies. And let me tell you, there is nothing more competitive than a little girl with Girl Scout cookies to sell. They're
They
like,
start popping up now because the weather's
do
getting
like
better.
s-
Every
they
grocery
te-
store, every corner of the street.
right? They
You know how to
are
market.
pushing it. And you know what though? I want them to have the vegan ones though for them to sell, like where I could get it into my hand. I don't have to go online to buy it.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
but I mean,
One-stop
They-
shop.
honestly, I learned a lot from that I still use selling stuff now from selling Girl Scout cookies. Because that it was hardcore. You wanted to be number one. You wanted to be the one that got like the super patch. So I mean, like these girls, it was like showgirls. They're like throwing marbles on the ground, breaking
crumbs.
heels. They're like
Oh my
stealing
God.
cookies.
You had to sell
like,
that vest. I was a
It was-
brownies girl, but my mom never
we,
sewed the
we
patches
made fun of
on.
brownies.
Resentment.
We made, yeah. That was not the, you get older then, and then you could be cool with other girls and like work as a team instead of murdering each other. But yeah, Little
Order the
girls and
boys.
Girl Scout
Just kidding.
cookies, they're rough, man. They will kill
cutthroat.
somebody to sell a Girl Scout box. They're like, ignore this bitch. Who cares? Buy my chocolate covered minty thin mints, whatever the hell it is.
She smells and she cheated on her algebra test.
Yeah, she's a cheater. She stole these cookies. Yeah, don't do
Poison
that.
them.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Poison, yeah, don't do that
Women
when you're
supporting
older.
women. Let's
Yeah.
not tear each other down. We'll leave that for everyone else.
No,
That's-
no.
Yeah, it's
Even for the
funny though,
Karens,
because
they're
it
the only ones
really it does show you like they kind of promote that, like, you know, you want to be number one, and it's like then you get older and you're like, oh no, we work
there's
better
room
if
for
we all
everyone.
get along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's actually number one rule. Don't be a dick to another woman entrepreneur. It doesn't look good, and it only will affect your business in a negative way.
Because then you're just a hater. Heck, don't be a dick to anyone. Like, unless they
Yes.
deserve it. Like, regardless
like-
of what they're packing. Like,
Yeah.
if you are giving me rude energy,
Mm-hmm.
you're not
Then
gonna be
what?
a person
I'm
at heart.
remember that you're gonna kill him.
We get like extra judged on stuff like that though, because we're
Yeah.
female and like being catty or
Mhm.
whatever. Like if a dude does it, it's like it's just business. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Exactly.
But if a
course.
woman
When a
does
dude
it, there's, like, this
does
whole
it,
other
he's a
layer.
smart businessman. But when a woman
Yeah.
does it, she's a bitch or she's aggressive. And it's like,
Yes. It's like,
What
oh,
the
calm
heck?
it down. Oh, don't tell a woman to calm it down. I will
I
kill
can
you.
put on a suit too, and I would look better in it. So
You wear heels, girl. You look way
Right?
better.
Like it does though, because people do judge women like it's like we're under a microscope, and God forbid we show any emotion. Then you're going
Overly
crazy
sensitive.
or yeah, like but
You're
I mean, I've
hysterical.
had yeah, you're hysterical. Oh God, you tell me that, then you're for sure dead. I'm going to jail. Like,
You want to see hysterical?
yeah, you want to see
Right.
hysterical? Ah!
It's
Throw
funny,
my
when a
table
dude's
at him.
angry. Oh, he's just so passionate.
Gentleman has
I
been
can
murdered
show you
at
passion. I will be a freaking telenova over here, okay? I might cry, but I'm not gonna. I will hurt you
Right?
with my words, not with my fists.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, because I've had gentlemen have one or two reactions
Were
to
they
any of
gentlemen
my
though?
stuff. Some of them were cool and supportive.
Okay.
And then some of them were very judgy. And I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. Like they put this, especially with bakers, they put this like idea of if you're a woman baker, you should, you know, have a very girly theme, or it should be pink and everything should be cute and unicorns and it'll be
Are you mocking
adorable.
me?
Yes. No. Well, no, because yours is more like retro, but I mean, it doesn't
That
matter
is
anyways. You
I'm
can
gonna
have
have my
pink,
pink shirt.
right? You can have pink though. You could be a girly
I'll be
baker,
a
but
girly
like,
girl, but I can
if-
also fuck you up.
right? But if you're not,
Yes.
but if you're not like a girly baker and you don't have like a pink label, I feel like people are like, I don't know about this. And
Well,
it's like,
that's the
what?
thing is, I want everyone to be a little different. 'Cause, like that's the fun.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
we'll go
Yeah.
to like adventures, like when they have the time, like, oh, I want to check out this shop. And it's not just
It-
food, like I want to check this store, I want to check that. And you're
Mhm.
going to all these different places and they might kind of be the same concept, like maybe they're all clothing stores or whatever,
Yep.
craft stores that make the same products type of field, but they all have their own little spin on 'em. It's all unique. It's like I know I
Yeah.
want to go here for this, but I want to go here because like I saw they posted something really cool. And it's like that's the whole point, like exploring local and finding new things. And then also it inspires you because like I've seen like with hooch like that sweet potato cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Like I never would have thought of that. I'm like, oh my god.
Wait, hold on. This is reminding me. Are you making those Boston creams for the Donut Fest?
Yes, I am.
And you're giving me one.
Of course.
I'm not
I'm
asking, I'm
bring you
telling you,
At
just so
least
you know.
She has guns in her eyes right now pointed at you.
I was like,
You can-
I saw that. I was like, I
Corona.
fucking want one so bad, but I'm not gonna like, drive all the way to Milwaukee. Like, I need one. I was like, how do I do this?
I need
Donut
my
Fest.
fix.
Yeah, I haven't even asked. I've been literally just saying you're making me one and you're giving it to
I'm
me.
giving you. And
Yes.
I'm gonna do a cronut and probably one more. I don't know.
Ooh.
You'll get.
Ooh, look at
Ooh.
Okay.
Yummy.
Well, because like donuts are your thing. Donuts aren't really my thing,
And that's the thing is, I
it
don't
was
get
so cool to be asked. So I was like, well, I
right.
gotta do it now. Like,
And that's a
I
prime
can make so
example.
much
I'm
Up on
not
the
chicken
going.
trend.
I'm not
that.
going to murder you for making donuts. I did. So, okay. So I was part of, I am part of a Facebook group of vegan bakers. And I did mention something because one month my sales were like low. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I go in the group and I was like, wait a minute. Why is everyone making donuts on the same month? What's happening? And I was like,
I knew
what
where you were
the
going
fuck
with
is
this. Apple cider donuts, right? Was it apple
yeah,
cider?
I was like,
Yeah.
everyone had it. I was like, what the fuck? And everyone's like, oh shit. I go, I don't care if you make donuts, but Jesus, man, we all did it on the same month. It was like you had a plethora of vegan apple cider donuts. You could get it anytime, anywhere. And I was like, man, at least I would have changed my I don't know, my flavors. Like,
Yeah. I would have
'cause
done
I
something
will-
different.
yeah, I don't make those anymore. They were such a pain in the ass to make, like as
Oh.
a cake donut ball. Like,
Mm.
no, thank you. You guys can have it. Like, you can have it.
Suffer
Shove
I
it
mean,
me.
out where the sun
I
don't
could care
shine.
less. Like, we honestly don't. And again, I tell everybody. Like, I even had a run in with another donut baker. But for example, she was very mean. And she no longer has a company. So that
Karma.
goes to show you, like, because she would,
Customer services.
yeah, it was so
Yeah.
weird. She would mention me randomly to other companies and places.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah,
one.
and then I would have these interviews with these places, and they're like, "Hey, did you know this person?" And I go, "Like, I've never met them. I don't really know them, but I've seen like their stuff." And they're like, "Well, they had some choice words about you," and I'm like, what?" Like, I don't even
So
know who they
shitty.
are,
Why?
like,
right? I was like, but then I felt bad because then the other person would say something bad about their donuts, and I go, "Well, I never had any, so I don't want to like voice
Yeah.
an opinion of the stuff that I didn't eat, and also I'm not going to talk smack about them just
yeah.
because they didn't like me." I go, but I do want to try them. Like, I was like, yeah, it seems fine, because I thought maybe that would change that person's attitude towards them.
Like, there's
But
room
it's
for
like,
both of us.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't. It's a total different element. I have donut holes, and you dip them. It is separate from donuts. That's what
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
mind is
It is
thinking of. You know what I
very your
mean?
own thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're horror
So it's
themed.
like-
Like, it's a true niche.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
would be
sure.
pissed if someone came up with some fucking donut holes and then they were like, "These are vegan donut holes, and these are themed this way," and I'd be like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" Like,
Yeah.
that's when I would have an issue. Other than that, I don't care.
Right.
I'd rather have like a regular size donut fed to me, cream filled, Boston cream. That you're gonna give
Hint,
me
hint.
right now,
Wink, wink, nudge,
and
nudge.
also the cronut because I love cronuts.
Pooch
And
got
I
the
would never.
hookup.
I would never make that shit either because it's too hard.
It's so
Yes.
stupid.
Laminated
like, there's
dough.
no way.
Like,
There's donuts I will never fucking
oh,
make,
are
and
you
that is
gonna hop on
another
that
one.
viral thing with the what is it, like the cookie and croissant thing that's going crazy on TikTok right
What?
now?
Oh,
Oh,
I've been,
yes, I'm trying to work on it.
What?
Like,
What is
Trying
it?
to get it done.
Like, no,
But I,
I like
think
Jess is with me, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Am I not on cookie, cronut, whatever TikTok?
you're not
Like,
in the right
what-
algorithm, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a, how I can describe it. It's like a croissant made into like a donut, and it's filled
But
with like
it's a
different
cookie?
things. No, it's just it's like a
yeah.
donut.
Build
But
it.
it's like a
Like
filled
rolled
donut.
inside the croissant
Yes.
is like what I've been doing.
Oh hell! Oh my god! That
It's
I would
totally
make it,
pain.
but I would
it.
not make it.
And
I know. I'm
working
not.
to try
Yeah.
to make it, but it's so
It's
complicated.
like, I was like, that's all you guys. That is. I would. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'll pay for that.
Hopefully, I can get it working.
Right.
Yes, but
It's like the new.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds delicious. It sounds
is.
amazing.
I cheated and did it as a Danish. Like it's still crusty and all the good stuff, but it's like like that's just easy.
We
Hey,
won't
as
tell.
long as it's just got all the elements, I don't give a crap what it looks like. Coming from pastry school, making croissants by scratch, like, is, oh my God, it's the worst thing on earth.
It's an
'Cause
art.
you're
It's a
just,
beautiful art.
you're
I used
folding
to be
butter
an
and bread for
assistant
like an
chef.
hour. I just like rolling, folding,
But it's
rolling.
like such a blessing.
Oh,
and
you
a
didn't have the
curse.
laminator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I thought you were
have
saying
a-
you rolled it like by hand. I'm like, oh,
I did in
hell no.
school. Yeah,
Why, you
culinary
didn't
school,
have,
you gotta
like-
roll it.
I bet you
Oh.
had some sweet frickin' like.
See,
Yeah, I
I
had
had
like my
manual
biceps
doji.
here were all like burp. I was like, this is weird, like a
I don't
Popeye.
go to the gym. I go to the kitchen.
Well, because I went
Right.
Le Cordon Bleu is a pastry culinary school, and we did everything very like French. So we did
Traditional.
not
Oh,
have
classic.
a
Okay.
machine. We had to
Yeah.
roll it by hand, and it was frozen butter. So it's like frozen butter and
Mhm.
dough that you made, and you fold it, and you had to do it, and then you let it rest, and then we'd go and undo it again, and then fold it some more the next day.
Did
It
you
was
ever
like a
forget
2-day
what count you were on
process.
with the fold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
did that.
You went to the Cordon Bleu.
So envious.
What?
Like, I'm envious
Why?
of those.
I went to the
envious
Institute.
of- Where? What?
What? When did I go?
What? I'm lost.
Oh, I'm listening
What?
to Naya. You went to the one in Chicago?
Yeah. I went to the one in Chicago that closed down. But yeah. They all closed down. I was the last person that got an associate's degree. And then they started just doing like
Certificates?
programs, like certificate programs. But
Uh,
yeah, I mean, I started off just being a cook, like making regular food. And I was like, I want to learn how to bake like actual other baking stuff more than my grandma taught me. And it breaks you. So many people cried. That was a reality series. Imagining a bunch
I
of
would watch
kids.
that reality show. Someone do
like
it.
It's called
no
The
one who
Bear.
it's going. Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
is.
right.
It
Okay, the
literally
bear
is.
is 10 out of
The
10.
bear is so accurate from anything that has to do with a kitchen. I mean, breakdowns, knowing that you have
Crying
to
in the
remake an
walk-in is a
item.
real thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've cried so much, and I had the like. I used to just cry by myself, and then I'm still in COVID living, so now I'm at my parents' house. My mom has seen me crying in a chair, and she's like, "What's
Oh.
wrong?" I'm like, "Just give me a fucking minute. I just need to cry for like 15 minutes, and I gotta go start baking again." And she's like,
Mhm.
"What is happening? Like, what
Yeah. In
do
the
you need?"
walk-in, no one can hear you scream.
Right? Oh my god.
No, sometimes
The
you just need
walk-in
that
is the
second.
cry closet. You know what I mean? You go in there, you cry, you come out, you wipe those tears, you go back.
You're a
I've
brand
had
new bitch.
kids would throw their chef bags, and a knife would be flying out. I would get mad because someone would take my damn utensils, even though I had the color tape on it. That meant it was mine.
Yeah.
Some bitch
Rude.
got the same color tape, and then she would always take my stuff.
Con
And-
artist.
Aw.
Oh, it was so bad. We
Rude.
made sugar sculptures, and then
I bet she
somebody
works for a
accidentally.
corporation. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what she does now, actually. I was like, wait a minute, where is that bitch? But yeah, it was rough. And it was rougher because they would also have us learn how to do culinary for one semester. And you get a bunch of people who just done baking, and that's a whole nother monster because bakers, everything has to be perfect. And that's why
Mhm.
we're mentally stronger, because if we fuck up just a little bit, it's
Gotta
like
start
ruined.
over.
you gotta start
Yeah.
over. If you fuck up in culinary, you could fix it still. Like you're
Right.
still able to adjust it and fix it, and it's gonna be great. Baking, maybe you
Nope.
can't fix it. Like if you make a sugar sculpture and it fucking breaks, you can't fix that. You have to redo it.
Yeah.
If I have a sauce and it breaks, I could fix it. I could add something to make
Mhm.
sure it doesn't break. But yeah, it was nuts. It was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, it definitely, I'm thankful that I did it because I just learned a lot of problem solving through that. You know what I mean? Like if I wasn't trained in that stuff, I probably wouldn't be as good as a baker as I am today because I couldn't even make a chocolate chip cookie correctly. So that took
Okay.
me 3 times to make a
Well,
cookie.
just
I'm the
word-
opposite.
words-
I went to
words
cook.
from the wise. don't get into the laminated stuff because like we're vegan, and when you like
Yeah.
start going into laminated pastries for vegans, there's no turning back.
No.
Like that's
No.
what people want. Like I just want to make bread.
Yeah, you just give me the bread. I just want the bread. Well, then here, we'll move on to you then. How did you become the hooch?
Oh.
They-
Okay, well, hooch is it's a sourdough term, so the name worked out really well. How I got into it was I don't know, kind of like Jess. I just got so fed up with what else I was doing. Like,
You're like, fuck this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I grew up in a service industry family, and so that was my life. And then I went and did like other, like I moved up here for work. I was a weather lady at the airport. It's
What? That's
yeah,
a cool
it's a weird
job.
thing. It's yeah, I mean it was.
Like, were
and
you
it
in the
wasn't.
thing? Like the top?
Only
Like
if our
tower?
equipment went out, and then I would have to go up there because that's where our backup equipment was.
Oh, I definitely
Um,
was thinking like a weather lady on the screen because I'm like, you have the perfect voice for it because like you're so nice
Oh my
and like soft spoken.
Yes.
Like
I
today
do.
it's gonna be sunny.
I have a good voice for radio. I have a face
Yeah.
for radio too, so it works out. But anyway, like no, I was in this little office, and like when they would tell you like the snowfall for Milwaukee, that was because I was going out there and measuring it and sending it through the National Weather Service. And
Oh
whatever.
my
Anyway,
God.
so it kind of prepared me. One, I was alone for 8 hours a day in a tiny room with just a window, and so it prepared me for all of my lonely hours baking. But then that kind of took a shit, and I went back to the service industry because that's what I knew, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's always my plan B, go back to the service industry. So when I burned out on the service industry, particularly like bartending and serving, it's like, okay, well, what's my plan C? Like,
What do I do from here?
Yeah, I can bake. And it's just like, and then realizing like, okay, well, vegan stuff is hard to come by. Like, ooh, it's like
Mhm.
light bulb, you know? So I just kind of fell into it that way because my
So
life
how-
was miserable. And so here I am.
Yeah. so talking about miserable. Because so we have one person who loved bacon and did all the baking before they made their company, and then you have someone who loved baking, but you weren't like making
Yeah.
massive amount of baking. So how
No.
does that feel to now have to make all this
Super
baking?
weird. Super weird. You were talking about like the family and the friends earlier, and it is like I still have like friends that'll like post like a comment on my Facebook or something about, oh, you're doing what? And I'm like,
Oh my God.
like, like I've only been
Oh,
doing
I
this for,
hate
like,
that.
how long now? And then like because I was fortunate enough to like get that CBS 58 spot.
Yeah,
And I had so
you're
many people
famous.
messaging me.
Congratulations!
Thank you. But I had so many people messaging me like, wow, it really looks like a bakery down there. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
yeah, I mean,
Because I am
It is
a
a
baker.
bakery.
but it was like going from the home kitchen to then like building a second kitchen in my basement, for a crazy person.
Yeah. Well, if it's
a
the
lot.
apocalypse, we're all going to be working in your kitchen. So
Oh,
Oh yeah.
it works because I've essentially because like
it's a
with
bunker.
the fermentation, it is, and it's like, and it's my safe space, my happy place, and also my place where I cry a lot.
Yeah.
Like
It's
like,
your
I'll
cry
do
space.
it is like I'll do these events, and Bill, my partner, will be like, "Well, did you put a cap on your stuff?" And it's like, "No, I like money." And he's like, "What do you get? You're gonna go? You're crazy." He's like, "No, I'll cry in the shower." He's like, "We both know you're not gonna have time to take a shower."
Oh, that hits so
Yeah,
hard.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, baking will clog your pores. It's a lot of
Your skin
sticky.
is gonna get
Baker's
messed
lung
up.
is a thing. Who knew?
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
flour gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere in your nose, in your fucking eyes, like
Cocoa,
in your armpits.
Cocoa
Like I don't know how
worse.
the hell.
you blow
Yeah.
your nose and you're like,
I
oh my
need like
god, am I
windshield
infected with
wipers for my
something?
glasses.
Yeah, like it's no, it's flour, powdered sugar, anything that's powdery just like gets all over the place.
Yeah.
I could literally go like this and like scrape off like flour off my face by the time I'm done. Because I'm like sitting over my mixer looking like, okay. I'm a sniffer, which is weird to say. I'm sniffing my donuts, not anything else. I'm a sniffer.
Thank you for that clarification. Just kidding.
Yeah. And it's weird. That's how I know the flavor is going to be good when it's baked is I try to smell it And if I could smell it enough, then the flavoring is A-okay.
On point.
So yeah, I sniff it, but I like stand over, and then all that flour is like in your face, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
I'll
so
go to I'll go to wipe something and I realize I have a film on my
yeah.
body. Yeah, it's like from the flour. It's like, oh God, I'm a mess.
Yeah, I feel the not shower thing. I don't think yeah. I have like literally went to bed and went to the market in the same clothes. I like went to bed for 2 hours and then woke up and had to like go to the market.
Like, fuck it, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're putting up a tent and you're already sweating from like doing that. Like you stink, okay? Like I
Yeah.
got body spray, but like I got recruits. Like if like I smell too bad. But I mean, you're gonna be sweating, it's hot or cold, or the weather is all jacked up, or it rains, or yeah, fall's horrible because you got wet leaves. And then you're just chilling in some wet leaves, trying to sell stuff.
fall is a beautiful season. It's just not that fun to be outside in sometimes.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not
Yeah.
at all. But I'm excited
Yeah.
that I'm going to have a partner at Donut Fest.
Yay!
I can't wait to see
Vegan
you
donuts
in
represent.
sheer panic.
Oh, I
Yeah.
live my life in sheer panic. Are you
Oh
joking?
no, this is like a event that you walk into thinking, oh, it's gonna be like a networking event, like it's gonna be smooth, and then like all of a sudden you realize what the hell is about to happen, because it's almost like Black Friday. Like I'm
Oh,
telling
no.
you, there's lines out the door, and you're like, why is everyone preparing for like
Armageddon.
apocalypse? Yeah, and they're like, time to open the door, and all these people just come out in troves, and it's like
They
a
have little
line. It is the craziest thing I've ever experienced, but it's amazing because you get so much like marketing out of it. I got my first wedding order from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like
Nice.
someone
Get your
was like, I
first.
want donuts for a wedding. And I was like, I could do that. But it's like, it was nuts. People had troves of donuts and they're voting for the best donuts. So they're all like eating. They got coffee, but it just never stops. It's still
Yeah.
not stopping when it ends. You run
Like,
out and people are still.
Oh, like I've been to Rockabilly Chili and like some of those things, and they've gotten so big over the years. But I guess I just in my head, like you're telling me this, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But I never kind of equated that until you said that. Like, oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
you're-
be crazy.
It's gonna be
I'm
nuts.
gonna have help that day, so I'm glad I'll have help that day.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. So I met someone on the Singles apps and I had them help me at the market. I ghosted her after that, but like not
You've all
on
done it.
purpose. It was just awkwardly scheduled like that. But I was like, I need help. Like I need assistance. And now I'm trying to recruit like a friend to help me because it's nuts.
I'll
It
pay
is,
you in sweets. That is
Right.
right? Like it was
you work
cuckoo
pro
for Cocoa
bono.
Puffs.
My oldest
Yeah.
kid, like I gave you life, so you have to come help me make
Right?
That is a good one.
You
can
now
argue
have
with
to help
it.
me.
Yeah.
I wish Chewy, you now have to serve donuts at Donut Fest. I gave you life. You were
You
alive
could.
just because of me.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll fight you if you don't buy this right now.
I can even have my niece and my nephew because anytime I try to get them to do
What?
something, I'm like, it's gonna be fun. They're like, ew, no. And they're not vegan, so I could only imagine them being like, we don't even eat Oreos because Aunt Liz said that they're vegan. Like,
Oh,
ew, I don't know if you want these, but they'll be like, but these donuts are delicious, and probably like promote someone else.
Right.
Oh, like you're fired.
Backfired.
You're never helping me again. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, they have a
Oh,
donut
I hate
eating
that.
contest. It is a thing, and it's amazing.
excited.
It's crazy busy. I think Style Pop is coming again, Style Pop Coffee. But
Ooh.
yeah, it's always fun to see like, vendors, I believe the first one they had the Bunt Cakes lady was there.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
I
also
don't
not
know
so
her.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, just be thankful you don't.
Okay.
She was not keen on my theme. I was like, whatever. I mean, you sell butt cakes. Why are you at a donut fest? But
And
That's
that's the
me.
reason that you didn't get into the donut fest. I tried, and I was like, I don't do donuts. What am I gonna go and take pastries and make it into donuts? It's like, no, I
Hey,
can't.
They had a Krispy Kreme last year. Oh my God. And that, so they didn't give away all their donuts because they had like a truckload. And
course.
then they gave everybody a box, and one girl was so nice. She goes, I know you're vegan, but do you want a box maybe for like friends or family? And I was like, the assholes that didn't help me, sure. I like grabbed the box. I was like, here's your damn donuts, you assholes. Thanks for your love and support. Have a good day. Like, I go do something, you don't help me, and you get treats. That makes total sense.
That's so weird, though. I mean, like, who hasn't had a Krispy Kreme donut? You know, like,
Right?
Yeah, for real.
like
I
I
think
feel like
they
this
did.
is a good place to explore new people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not that.
I don't know. Yeah, like who wouldn't have it? I mean, they're at like grocery stores.
They're
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember they're fucking delicious. Like, I'm not knocking
Oh
them,
my
but it's
God. Yeah,
like,
they
Yeah,
are.
they're tasty.
Oh,
like, I can see why they didn't like sell out because
But
like
like they
nobody
don't
wants
need,
to waste their coupon on them. I know.
yeah, they
Right?
don't need the help. They don't need the
yeah.
publicity or the
That's
extra
true.
customers. Like
Yeah.
they
That
have
is,
their platform set in stone.
yep.
Like
That is totally
Yeah.
true. Yeah, but they are and it's awesome people, but I think what's wears you out is the communication. You have to like you get in a lot of conversations and it's just a lot. Like cuz you have a line of people waiting to get to your donuts. So if someone wants to learn something about your company, you can't like verbally talk about all this stuff. So like suggestion, I would make a flyer or
Good.
like
Yeah.
cards to hand them out, and I would get about over 200 of them.
Thank you,
Because that's
Obi-Wan.
like that's because
smart.
that's it's smart. You could give it to them. They know your stuff. You don't have to talk to them. They get their donuts. They get their card.
Genius.
Get the hell out because it's like they gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta keep
We're
the
on our
donuts
way.
rolling. Yeah,
Put these
there's
tables.
I think it's the donery is also there, and that guy is nuts because he does different flavors, and he's sitting there with chocolate and marshmallows, and he's making them as people are
Oh my
grabbing them.
goodness.
And I was like,
Whoa.
what? And it's one dude. It's always one guy that's just sitting there the whole time, just making
Okay, but
donuts.
Tip jar.
Is that genius on his part though? Because he's so busy he can't talk to them. You know, like I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, again, though, I
Genius.
feel like, yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I separated my donuts both years. I'm not doing that this year because I would put them in the cups and then give people the cups. And then I would like have to refill them. But yeah, that didn't stop people from trying to have a conversation. I would be like ass in their face. And they're like, hey, I have a question. I'm like, what? What is it? Like, what do you need to know? I'm like, I'm trying to fumble with my balls here. Can you what? What do you need? Like Jesus. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, they did not talk to him at all. They would just be like, oh, but he was like, and it's so fascinating to see how fast he was working. I'm like, damn, that's a talent that I could never do that. But yeah, it'll be fun. Just prepare
It'll be
for
good.
hell.
All right, we'll do.
I'm
But I
just
mean, it's a
pre-warning you because
networking
when
event, so yeah,
yeah.
gotta come prepared.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of networking events last year. This is the only one that I do every year, like for sure. The other ones, I don't know. I get a lot of people saying, I'll talk to you, and then they don't talk to you. Like you never hear from them
Yeah.
again. And then it's
Mhm.
like, why did we have this interaction?
Don't go
Like-
to me.
It's the
Yeah.
customer that talks and talks and talks and
Yeah.
doesn't say anything. Yeah.
Exactly. That is literally the same thing. Is
Yeah.
saying, let's work together, we'll do something, and then nothing.
Nothing.
Like nothing
We
happens.
should do this again.
Yeah. We'll start doing that with our
Next year.
podcast. You should totally be on our podcast. Nothing. Look,
Mhm.
not until you respond to my email. All right. So we're gonna do our last question of the day because we all love talking. So it's been a little over an hour. But that's awesome. We're entertaining. That's
Scab
why we're entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? So the last question is, what has been your best moment as a business owner? And what would be one part, like the advice that you would give a new business owner? I'm not asking you. Okay.
No.
Here comes the guy again, trying to mansplain. Okay.
Okay.
Bad.
Best
Okay.
moment. I think it was probably like when first starting out doing like the whole season of the River West Gardeners Market, and then just kind of getting to know like more people in the neighborhood because I live in River West, and so it's like, oh, friends, yay, neighborhood friends, and then like meet new friends, and like these two women would come by. They were younger than me, and they would always like they would pop in. They do their like cute little market thing, and they would come. They would be the chatty ones. Every once in a while, they buy like maybe something small, but like they were the sweetest and had like the best energy, and they were just like, I love what you're doing, and this is so cool. And I was like, please shower me with your affirmations and your positive energy.
Those
like,
are the customers, right?
You're so
those are the
good.
customers that we
Hype me
don't mind not buying shit. Like if you're promoting like that, stay. Do it. Like,
If you have good energy, we can hang out. And then like they would notice, like other people would be like come up and look at things, and they would like step back.
Yes.
Like they understood.
Oh, nice.
Polite.
Yes.
Proper market etiquette.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so just like having a lot of those kind of interactions where these like regulars would kind of come by to the markets, and even if they weren't buying things, they would like come by and say something kind, or like, oh, I told my friend about you, or whatever. That was always like, okay, cool. People are interested in this. Like it's like a positive affirmation of what I am doing is like, yes, there are people out there that appreciate this and are interested and want to be a part of this. And like I even got some like new makers out of that too, like people that came to the market to like, I also upcycle things, would you be interested? And I was like, yes. And so I've made like cool relationships from that time.
Nice.
And that's gonna be my segue into my advice to other business owners. Don't be afraid to change. So yes, I started doing a lot of markets, and then I burnt my ass out on it
because it's tiring.
And I couldn't find my it didn't make time from an energy effort standpoint and money. I'm like, it's just like it's not enough money. Like I appreciate the social interaction and like talking to people and making those connections. That's really wonderful, and it has helped me because actually I'm going to be able to like get a little bit of a wholesale thing with Outpost.
Nice.
End of April, because
yeah, congratulations.
Woo!
Yeah, neighborhood friend. Like, great, oh my god, you're just gonna pay me money for this up front?
Yeah.
It's not consignment. Please,
let's do it.
Get them out of here. I don't want these markets anymore. So that's exciting. And and then just like I know we talked about this last time, like mending. Like I've really been leaning into doing mending commissions for people this year, and I have found that people want to pay good money for that, and they're willing to like, yes, it's fine if it takes you 3 or 4 hours, and I'm like, okay, as long as you're willing to pay my rate and you want to fix the thing, I will do my darndest to fix it for you. And so just like trust yourself, like trust your instincts. You know what you're doing. Like you've had experiences. Like get some reflection time and really dig down to be like, what is it that I want to do that is going to like sustain this? Because I was kind of on this edge of being like, feeling like, oh, I have to do these things, but it was not sustainable for me and where I was at in my life. And I was like, I can't give so much to this, because then I'm gonna like, I'm resenting it. Like I'm not excited to do markets. And Sarah like, talks about that energy. You go to market, I'm like, I'm just fucking tired.
Yeah.
And I feel like out of energy, and like sometimes like somebody nice will come by and I'm like, oh, that was a bit of a lift, and like I can change gears a little bit, but like I need, like I'm emotionally spongy, so like if people are not bringing me good energy and I'm already kind of like, I'm probably just going to be grumpy all day. Like that's probably what's going to happen. So just trust yourself, and it's your business. You can do whatever the heck you want to with it. Like
exactly.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna write myself up. Like,
I was gonna say mending is gotta be coming up, because I've run into a situation where So now that I've gotten older, I'm realizing the style of jeans that I wear are no longer the style of jeans that everyone wears.
Yeah.
And I don't dress like an old lady, but also I don't dress like a young lady. So I need like a medium. And now that skinny jeans are out, my skinny jeans have basically rubbed themselves raw. And my crotch-toral area is about to be exposed. So
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Sure.
Rubbish
What-
remade got you covered.
yeah, I was like,
That's
I
right.
need to fix it, but like, oh my God, I need to give you these because I try to fix it myself. And let me tell you, it is like Frankenstein got put together. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I don't know what the fuck I was thinking either. I was like, let me just put another piece of a jean on the inside and then I'll horribly stitch it. And then maybe that'll work. Like it was bad. It looks horrible. But yeah, like but no one else sells those jeans anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? So now I'm stuck. Like, I'm not going to get rid of them because they're literally my favorite jeans.
They're a piece of you.
Yeah, they could be painted on me. I wore them
A
so
piece
much.
of her might be hanging out of them.
Yeah,
Literally.
it could be there to show. It is literally a piece of me.
See,
It's
it
only
was
going to be a
for
little bit,
Patreon.
and then my skin. Like, I'm going to
That
paint
on
my skin
OnlyFans.
gray. Yeah, but
God.
OnlyFans. Let's see how long it takes for Liz's like ass and crotch to hang out. Let's see. But it's a need. I can see that because like now I'm at the point of my life where I can't get these jeans anywhere. I'm gonna have to wait another 10 years for it to come back in style.
Right.
And like, because I'm sorry,
It'll be
I'm not gonna.
$200.
I grew up in the 90s and the 80s, but like I don't need to relive those horrible mom
Nothing.
jeans. Like
No.
I'm good.
Oh,
My
no,
body
no.
type does not look. I'm 5'2". I don't need to look like Super Mario Brothers, okay? Because like I don't have the height to sport like a high waist of anything.
Right.
I'm a little tiny person, and I can't like
Well,
yeah, I just so well, and I can't wear high waisted nothing, and it's just gonna it's bad. It's bad. I'm like, no, I'm good. I did
Okay,
try to
but-
buy a pair. It was failure.
But if nobody looks
Yeah.
good in them, does that mean we all look good in them?
Oh, there's some not. We're like,
leave it to a woman to turn a
wait.
negative into a positive.
Right.
I was like, maybe. I don't
Out
know.
there.
And
See,
and if they were thrifting those jeans, then here for it. Like you went and thrifted
Yeah.
yourself some mom jeans. Cool.
Yeah.
Not supporting
Do it.
Awesome.
Do it.
So
Do it.
you wear those mom jeans like
Right?
until you can't stand them anymore. Like whatever.
Exactly.
They're not. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. Like, I mean, I see some cute outfits with them, but like, literally, I'm just at the age where I have my style.
Yep.
Also, I just have a long torso and little legs. It just,
That's the whole thing.
I'm a
T-Rex.
recessive gene that came out of my parents. Like anything
Yes.
that was weird and awkward, it was like me. They're like, what the fuck's
Uh-huh.
wrong with this kid? Like, what's happened? I'm like, prime example. X, Y, Z, B, T. It's all like I just came out like a gremlin. Like, hi, welcome. But yeah, but if you need anything mended, you know who to reach. We're gonna have everyone's info, by the way, and promotions where they're gonna be next and everything. And we're gonna post some stuff on our Patreon page. So keep on our Patreon page because we're not rich, just so you know. I know.
Help me, we're poor.
We all establish everyone here is poor.
We're poor. Help us. Help us
Please.
now. Please. In my square, please. I have to say though, Milwaukee is coming from Chicago. Milwaukee is definitely a awesome city to start a business in because not only are the other vendors so supportive, but like, I mean, the people alone are so supportive because like you said, the regular customers, honestly, that is the only reason I am going back to the River West market. Like, and I even have a guy that doesn't buy shit, but he is hilarious.
Right?
He's he's an old guy, and every time he comes near my booth, we shoot this shit. Like, he makes fun of me, I make fun of him. He gets my humor, and I'm like,
Weird.
just this interaction alone, and it's so fucking hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I've had the weirdest interactions during that market, and it's just so entertaining. But it a lot of the people that, you know, come back to buy my stuff live in River West. So it's like nice, and they also follow me in other places. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
When
That's
people follow
great.
you to other
Yeah, it's the
markets,
best thing ever.
right? Like that feeling
yeah.
of like, holy
That
You
shit.
feeling is
still
hard.
love me.
Yeah, like, oh, it is an amazing, amazing feeling. All right. So Naya, what is your best moment, and what advice would you give to a new entrepreneur?
I think my best moment is like my creativity moment. Like when I creating ideas or recipes, flavors, and all that. It just when it flows, it flows. Like it's so
Yeah.
amazing how like, oh yes, I can do this, and with this, and I'm gonna add this and then that. It's so amazing how, and when I talk to the people, like for example, if I have like a wedding or someone want a birthday cake, it's like, oh, I want these flavors, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, we should do this. And then we can put a layer of this. And then we can create it together. And then we put it this way. Like, do you like the idea? And sometimes they just give me a look and it's like, sure, do whatever you want. And then try it. And I'm like, oh, this shit came out good. And I'm like, are you right? I surprised myself too.
That is an awesome moment. The proof someone like, I can make this taste good. I got this.
Yeah.
I can do
Clean up
it.
flavor.
No problem.
And little hint, I applied for the River West thanks to you guys. So hopefully I
Nice.
can get
Woo! Join the dark side. No,
You didn't apply. You're in. You just
hopefully I can make it.
Yeah.
Okay, we still have
Yeah.
to get the other process. You know,
yeah.
it's a lot of people trying to get there too. So hopefully I'm one of them. So yay!
Hey, if you're part of this gang, you're in. I
Right.
mean, yeah.
Once you're in, you're in. There's only one way
I
out.
mean-
It's in a box. I'm just kidding.
In the box. This is the dark side of Sarah. The dark side.
We can start a
well-
bakery mafia.
Yes.
I feel
Okay with
is
that.
it? I was like, is that racist if I'm Italian and I have a bakery mafia?
No, because you're a baker.
Because I'm a baker. Oh, thanks, Sarah. This is
Not
really-
really.
yeah, because you're a
Girl Scout.
baker. And you're Italian, so
That
you
sounds
should
like
have a mafia. Yeah.
Makes sense.
The Girl Scouts are the hitmen. When you have
My
an issue, they're gonna have
term.
baseball
Yeah.
bats.
Hey,
Like,
I'm Irish. Could be the Irish mob.
yeah, that would also work. You could be drunken bacon. Oh, I would
Ugh.
never bake drunk.
I would have
but that
so
would
many
be
more burns on my body.
right. That would be a contest. We should do that. Should we do like a baker bake-off drunken bake contest on Patreon and do one where we
Over.
yes.
I support this.
That would be really funny.
As long as you're high on life. Like,
Oh my god. We might be doing that because that sounds hilarious.
I burned my boob sober, just
I'd
for the
like
record,
that.
though.
Yeah. I would
fun.
even extend it out to crafting, but I'm like, I'm not holding a Dremel like, you know, a wine bottle down. Like, I'm good.
I want you to be smashed and holding a needle and try not to stab yourself.
Right?
You
Like,
look down, it's like, oh, I sewed my finger into this. Oopsie.
I almost cut off my thumb with a Dremel. Like, that was always my greatest fear. And like, I was drilling something and it just slipped. And it was like on the side of my thumb, and I held it just in time, but not in time enough for not to cut, and just blood squirt. And I'm like, oh my God, it cut off my thumb. And that's sober. That was sober. So I wouldn't want to, we don't have insurance for our podcast to be having people with sharp objects
Right.
cutting shit. You're
It's like the
let's
jackass
get
warning. Don't.
right.
These are done
Let's
by
get a
professionals.
chainsaw and cut some
Yeah.
trees drunk, guys. This will be a
Drunk.
blast.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. We now have less vendors because they're now dead
Dead.
from being drunk. Thank you, boss ass Whisks, for killing
That's
all
one
of
way to
us.
get rid of your
Yes.
competition.
Right? The next competition are going to be all the donut makers in Milwaukee. And
Ooh,
we're
watch
going to have
out.
knives.
May the best baker win.
Right? They're going to be like, wait, we never used knives. We will today. All right? This is what you got to do.
The donut cutters, you know what I mean? You
Oh,
can
God,
attack them.
yes. Just poke their eyes out.
Some spikes on your rolling pin.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's a good
Like the
idea.
bat from The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Yes, yes. He understood the
I gotta
assignment.
roll my donuts like this. This is good.
Yeah.
Great. It's working. It's so smooth. All right. On that note, Casey, what's your best moment? And also advice.
Advice.
I saw that your dog got taken out by security for misbehaving.
Yeah, the guy with the butterfly net came and
Yeah.
grabbed the dog. Okay, I don't think I'm like qualified to give advice.
Oh, shut up! You were on the news. You
being
got
so
a kitchen
You
in
can
your
give advice.
goddamn basement. I think you're fine.
You're all that in a bag of chips.
Okay, but I was just gonna say, like, I don't think I'm qualified to give advice, but I think that is my advice. Like, I am totally flying by the seat of my pants, and it's working out. So,
Yeah.
like, just
Sometimes
the
it does work.
important- Yeah, like the important thing is just do it. Like, you know,
Mhm.
like don't. You can talk yourself out of it in a million ways. Like, or you can
Mhm.
overthink things to the point of stasis. Like, the important thing is that you do something. Throw the spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Back to the Italian thing. Yeah.
Yeah. We do that a lot. We do throw a lot of spaghetti at walls. Yeah.
A little bit. But as far as like best moment, I would say it's a series of moments. It's shit like this. It's being in a market and like a mom who has like a toddler with food allergies, finding that I'm a
Yeah.
vegan baker and like, oh, like you can make their birthday cake or you can like make their like whatever. And it's like it's a series of moments. So you ask me tomorrow, it'll be a different answer. But
Yeah.
there's just been so it's the community of women. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Honestly, it's like, so I'm a person, I'm going to be that person. I don't usually have, or had actually, I have a lot more women friends now than I've ever had in my whole life.
For
I
sure.
have had I like most of my life I had a group of probably like 5 women that were my friends. And then the rest were just like my little gay boy mafia that I would take everywhere with me. And that was the extent of my friendships. But after being a vendor, like, holy shit. And everyone's just so like, when you feel down in the dumps and you feel like you're just not having like a good month or a good market or something's not working out, like everyone just lifts each other up. And it's just such a strong community. Like, I don't know what the community is with the guys, but I could tell you one thing. The community with the women are fucking strong.
It's fire.
Like, yeah, like they don't even have to fucking know you to beat some ass for you. They're like, who hurt you?
Yeah,
What's
they're just
happening?
like willing to support one another because they know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own struggle. I had a little moment yesterday that was the first time ever.
Okay.
Still cheesing about it. So I went into Terrasol and what was it, like downtown Milwaukee yesterday, and the girl was like, "You look familiar," and I'm like, "Oh well, I usually go to your Menominee Falls location." She's like,
What?
"No. Do you go to markets? Like, do you have a business?" And I'm like,
Oh my God.
"Yeah."
Aw,
And she goes,
baby.
"Are you the pink?" Well, she couldn't think of my name at first, and she was like, "I think she said you have a pink tent." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I was the pink apron, now I'm the pretty pink apron." She's like, "Yeah, I got a dog food cupcake from you at the River West Market." So she remembered that from a year ago, and I'm like,
That's cool.
That
"You
that
just,
is
like, warmed
amazing.
my soul." Like I was just teasing ear to ear for like 2 hours straight. I was like,
Aw.
And now I don't
You-
feel so depressed going into my second shift job.
Yeah. Now you're gonna go everywhere and be like, I'm kind of a thing.
I'm kind
Just
of
so
a
you
big
know.
deal. I'm just kidding.
I'm kind
I'm
of a
Milwaukee
deal.
famous.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
Milwaukee
yeah.
famous.
But no, sometimes you need that to like keep you motivated because like it sucks. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but
everyone
sometimes you
knows
want
the
to go to
struggle, like
Target in
working.
sweatpants.
Right?
Not be
Like,
like,
yeah,
I
that
have
is
a
true.
2023 apron lady. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, I have to do my hair. Like,
Right? Yeah.
I feel heard. I feel loved. I can
I
do
feel like
this.
when someone does that though, like you don't remember what you look like because one of the girls at my vet, I was picking up my dog, so I was exhausted. I had no makeup. I literally had my pajamas on because I thought I was gonna run in and out and just pay. And the girl goes, "Don't you have that donut place?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker." Yes. But I feel like when they do that, you forget how you look and you're like, yeah, but also we're all human. Like we have to doll
Fine.
ourselves up all the time at these damn markets and like shower sometimes.
Hygiene.
Right? Like, it's
I had to brush
horrible.
my teeth this morning. It was rough.
Right? I don't think I'll be honest, I don't think I did brush my teeth that day either. I like woke up and just fucking took my dog. I was in the worst condition with everything. And I was just like, but I didn't even give a shit because I was like, holy shit, the girl at the vet like knew my donuts. I was like, that's fucking awesome. So I don't think anyone ever knows, like cares what they look like. But I mean, it is very nice when people do mention it. Please, if you see your fellow vendor and you did like their shit, let them know. Because it's
Yeah.
nice because we work alone. Like a lot of us work alone and we don't have
Mhm.
and if anyone got anything out of this podcast episode, it's the fact that a lot of our personal family members and friends don't even know what the hell we do.
Mhm.
So
They think it's
hearing
a hobby.
hearing complete strangers validate all of the hard work we do is amazing. And it's
Yeah.
worth like $1 million with just a few sweet words.
We'll take compliments for tips, but we still want you to pay for the product.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still gonna have to pay for that,
Yeah.
that item, but we'll take
I'm giving it for free.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shower us. Sarah, what would your advice though? Because you kind of answered your first question anyways. What would your advice be for a up and comer?
Just have the faith in yourself. Like, just you're gonna make mistakes. I've made so many, and I'm always learning. But I think like that's the beauty because I'm a very like anxious, paranoid person at times, and I feel like
At
if
times,
okay, all the time. But if I'm like in one of those moods where like, oh my God, like should I just give this up? Like I'm in year 3 and I'm not able to do this full time. Like I had to, I've bounced around from like I was a barista, then I was a waitress, and then now I work like, you know, I guess a big girl job that like it's nice, but it's not something I'm passionate about. And it's just, is this all worth it? Like right now I'm working second shift 6 days a week and it's like, is it worth it? But then when you have those little moments, like I had the little win with that person, and then a few days earlier, like for those of like I just got my Akiva loan and I literally raised the money within like 22 hours. Like
yeah, you
from
did. That was
strangers.
quick.
So like
That
that
was
just shows
quick.
like
Awesome.
people believe in you and
Mm-hmm.
you're your worst critic, and I'm 100%
Mhm.
like, God, Sarah, you're such a piece of shit. But it's like, I'm not. I am not. I'm actually
You're
kind of cool. Okay. My
Yeah,
stuff
I
is
could-
peace. Just kidding.
I got shit to do. I got shit to do and things to do.
But no, it
Right.
just makes it's all about those special moments. Like, oh, like I like what you were saying about like, oh, like my son or daughter has this allergy, and then you're able to provide them something that they
Mhm.
normally can't have. And it's just,
Yeah.
I want to be part of those. And it's nice
Yeah.
when like it happens and someone's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you did this for me. And it's like, you remembered me. Thank you.
It's true though.
I'm not gonna give up now.
Right? Like honestly,
so
there's
true.
nothing like a little kid being like, "Oh, thank you, I could eat something," to like fucking melt your heart. Even if you don't like
Literally.
kids, like literally. I've had a kid going, "Oh, I can't have the donuts because they got gluten." I go, "Well, not this one." What? And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." What? I'm like, that is so damn cute. But But I mean, I have to say the only I've had a few validating moments, and a big amount of unvalidating moments. I was just telling Sarah before we went live. So before I started my bakery, I have my company, my indie board game company, and that was another issue with being I was a woman that ran a company in a very male prominent industry, and I would have people pretend almost to like my stuff and then put me on like their podcast or whatnot and then never release the interviews. And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, I wasted my time. And I would say I still send board games and people just don't review it. And it's just like, what? And recently I sent my friend from California a board game, and she texted me and she goes, "Oh my God, I took your board game out one night with my friends." And she's like, "We had such a good time. We were like cry laughing the whole fucking time." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that is awesome." She goes, "But I didn't get any photos or any like advertisement." I go, I don't give a shit. I go, I don't care. I mean, you just saying that like makes me feel so good. I mean, even when
it
like
validates you.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
even, and it's so cool to say like in my booth, because I sell board games and donuts, when someone's like, "What's this game?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's the game I made." And they're like, "Wait, what?"
What?
And then I
get
get to tell them
that.
my story. I was like, this is the baby that came from my indie board game publishing company. I was like, because I realized that, you know, due to COVID and just how the industry is oversaturated, people need to promote and help these indie board game designers. And if I could do that at markets, that would be amazing. Like, I found a girl on TikTok that sells a game, Rainbow Bunny Hop. That game is my highest selling game in the markets. I have a lady who gets she doubles the game and she gives them like as gifts now. So she buys 2 packs so it can last longer. And I was like, what? Like,
Damn.
we're making that girl money and I'm making money. And this is just amazing that I could show these people like what they do and the little stories too. Cause like you go to a board game shop, they're going to tell you about the game and stuff. But I think that it matters when you tell them, "Hey, I know this person and this is their story."
More of a
And
connection.
like this is what they do. But yeah, I mean, anyone who randomly tells you that they enjoy your stuff or they want to buy it is amazing. I've had a lot of I suffer horribly from imposter syndrome. Quietly though, like I'll seem very confident, but then I'll go cry and hate myself in the corner without no one knowing. I'll be like, I suck at everything I do. And I tell nobody, but I'm like, wait, but someone said something nice, so maybe I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Because we announced last time, you know, Sarah and I are getting business married, and it freaks me out more because it involves someone else. It's not just me
We
that
can both be anxious messes together.
I was like, it's not just me that's gonna go bankrupt. It's gonna be Sarah too. Are you excited, Sarah? This is gonna be fun.
Oh my God, it's what's keeping me through it. I have a countdown. Like, I gotta work my ass off for this many days straight, and then my dream can come true.
Right? It's Chewy. No one wants to hear your opinion. Okay? Here, come lay down.
You just want to come. Yes.
Yeah, like lay down.
Security.
Like I told you I have the gun. She was sit down.
See, there's so much power in a gun. People preach.
What? It's plastic. It's plastic. It's orange. Trust me. Chewy's just sit down. Calm down. I'm almost done. Trust me. Right, the dark side. Liz is threatening her dog with a gun. It's plastic. It doesn't have water in it. Don't worry. He doesn't know. Yeah. I was like, I knew it. I told you he was going to interrupt. I go, don't mind your dog because my dog's going to have a whole conversation with us.
And then my dog is just passed out.
Yeah, I was like, he was passed out for a good amount, and then now he's like, rah, 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 I got opinion. No one wants to hear your opinion on women entrepreneurs, Chewy.
Yeah, we hear it a lot. Just
Yeah, he's like, my mom's horrible at this. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, honestly, my advice to any new entrepreneur is like everyone else said, just do it. You're never gonna know if it's gonna succeed or fail if you do it. And say you do it and you do fail, you could fix it. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And your friends and family won't know anyway because
it's like a date. Like, you're gonna get over it. Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
They don't even know. They don't even understand. Like, so just do it. Do it. It's that's funny though, because like during the summer I do a lot of conventions. Chewy, seriously, look at me. I need you to calm down.
You're making mommy mad.
Yeah.
it sounds like a smoke alarm.
Right? Buddy. That's the warning, because in a minute he's gonna like start really talking, and that's when the wah 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 happens.
Chewy is the new director. And cut.
And
I said cut,
you're
God damn it.
No one wants to hear about your imposter syndrome. This is stupid. Your shit sucks. I can't eat it ever. He's horrible. But yeah, just do it. If it say the idea doesn't work, you could redo it, remake it, rebrand it, listen to your customers. There was a customer that came up to me and was like, I love that you make gluten-free donuts, but none of your packaging says that it's gluten-free. So unless you're verbally telling me, I wouldn't know. And I was like, that is something I missed.
Yeah.
Correct.
I said, yeah, you are right. And then what did I do? I made gluten-free stickers, and then now I put it on my packaging. It's like everyone's here to help you. I feel like you could feel the advice that's bad advice, because I've had some bad advice, and I'm like, I know that you think you know what you're doing with this, but Chewy just licked the gun. I can't with him. We are friends. Me.
He said, no more.
Yeah. I go, that makes me panic, because that means this is not going to be effective now. Like he's like, what, Mom?
Gotta start filling with water.
You now.
And so he could drink it. He's gonna be like, and it's got water now. This is great.
Yeah, put some vodka in it or something. I don't know.
Chewy drunk is gonna be a whole nother escapade. That this dog will never shut up then. But yeah, I mean, as a woman entrepreneur, things are going to be hard with being seen. Things are going to be hard with, people not taking you seriously. Always try to be cautious of your attitude. But remember that you will have literally a posse of other entrepreneur women out there that is going to back you up, support you, give you a cooler to cry in, anything that you need. You go into Casey's Bateman's, be like, hey, can I borrow your kitchen? I just need to cry. I need to cry in your tiki kitchen. It'll be relaxing. And like I say, you join our Patreon. Sarah and I are very open to giving advice. I have a graphic design background, and I always offer small businesses. If you need help, if you need a free design and you're just starting out, I will gladly do it for you. Word of advice, though, it's going to just be that one. Like, it's going to be just one.
Freebie.
You get one.
Yeah. One freebie.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah. I gave Sarah 3, but I mean, I know your style. It was easier. So
I
it was
appreciate you so much.
Yeah. But I mean, that was easy. If I know the person and it's super easy, I'll give them like 3 examples. But if I don't know you, I'll check out your website, check out your products, and then I'll give you one freebie. But we're always here to help. And thank you guys again for showing up twice now. Twice.
Yay!
I'm sure you're twice a lady. Happy Women's Day to all of us hardworking bitches. boss ass Whisks is we work hard, we play hard.
We
If we
bake
had time to
hard.
play,
We
we
bake
bake hard, we make things hard. Wait,
We
no.
remake hard.
This is getting too south. Yeah. Maybe we do make things hard. I don't know.
Just saying.
So you're
Yeah,
saying you
I mean-
overbake your product?
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I'm gay, but who says? Maybe dudes think I'm cute. I don't
She
know.
has the magical
I don't know.
touch.
I know. I'm not touching shit, but I'm just only balls I touch is my donuts. All right.
Right.
But you guys are all amazing. I'm sure we're definitely going to do the drunk baking contest
Yes.
because that is going to be a blast. That will not be a podcast thing. It will be a Patreon podcast thing. So please join our Patreon. Please follow these women, look at their products, buy from them, show them support. We'll have all the info on our website for you guys. Thank you guys again for joining
Thank you.
and have a good ass day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.